Let's jump head first into Cobblestone because this has been an excellent series so far. If the group stages were anything to go by, this was the CIS major. 4 teams out of 4 make it through. Liquid as well with Simple on their roster, but Flipside don't make it out of the quarterfinals. And if NA wants any hope, they've got to silence Na'Vi right now. Chance to do it, but good map for both teams. Is it enough for Na'Vi if they can only get that 5 rounds that we talk about on their CT side?
That's the magic number, though. You say it's normally enough, but that's normally more than enough on their T side. Like the guys described, their T side, it's such a well-oiled machine. And the thing is, they get their 5 rounds on the CT. That's just purely down to Guardian normally. He's so strong on that defensive side. He's very good at getting the first pick and being a little bit more aggressive than we're used to with him. He actually opens up the map for them, and they do struggle primarily towards that drop-down room. We actually casted a game earlier in this tournament with them, and if you remember, they were getting exploited there time and time again. They're really struggling to actually hold off anyone. We'll see what they can do here as we are getting into it. It's a third and final map of this series, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make some noise as we see whether Team Liquid can overcome Na'Vi. 5 sets of armor for the boys on the CT side, and this could be a fast play towards long A from Liquid.
Quick counter boost to drop as well from Siege, though. Hiko's kind of waiting for this, but it'll be interesting to see what they can get from that information. With Edward already up on the platform, they're rotating Flamey early toward this A side, but Liquid's slowing it down, and I have to wonder if Hiko has a read on this boost, and that's perhaps why, because they know there would be so much information given to Na'Vi when that is discovered.
So you can see Nitro and Elish, they've got control of long A right now. This could be an A split coming in, so you'll see Hiko, he's going in first. So this first kill, very important indeed. Sees it's all in at this stage, and they're trying to see whether there is any sort of threat there. So they are aware this is a possibility. Can see he's hold his nerve and at least find 1 kill.
JDM's going to be the one to go in. Crosshair placement not accurate enough, or at least the reaction time as JDM takes down Seized. Flamey now the next one in drop. He's got flashes going in against him. That puts Hiko in perfect position. All right, doesn't blind him, but him forcing to be relocated means Hiko can get the jump. Simple takes a shot on Edward. JDM just has to watch for Zeus coming around. There's 2 players still coming in at the A side as well. Zeus is going to get Simple. Bomb is still in that drop room, but with the 2 players rotating to catch out the CT players and pinch them in that connector, it's pretty much done deal for Bomb, and it can go back to A now as well.
Yeah, the idea was originally there to get that A split rolling, but they found so many kills towards B. The players are holding towards A actually came with the rotations, killed that, just the CT's waiting in the connector room, so that worked out very nicely. It's going to be a 4 versus 1 now. Guardian, the last remaining player, he's got armor. At this point, he has options. He can try and farm some cash, get some kills with the USP, get $300 for each one he finds, or he saves the armor and takes it to the next round. Very unlikely he can do anything with this situation, but he is looking for kills. You can see him just hunting in towards long A right now, getting some sort of information with the footsteps, but yeah, you can sense that players are surrounding him, so he should find his first kill. That'll give away his position. He'll struggle after that.
Okay, wow. That's a nice shot. It's lovely stuff again.
Right then.
So I don't want to paint a picture too vibrantly early. It's obviously only round 1 done, but you've got to play every single round. You can't come in and build into the game. Obviously, you do in terms of adrenaline, in terms of strat calling and adaptation to other teams. But from Na'Vi, we talked about the 5 rounds. Getting a pistol on their CT side often is huge for them. Now they've got a tough ask. We know they're not that proficient on this CT side. So just to give an idea of the sincerity and just how much this actually means for Liquid to get this start, it's pretty crucial.
Oh, absolutely. This is fantastic for them. It's going to be round number 2. Looks like they're going fast towards long A here. It's not my favorite approach on the anti-eco. It can cause a lot of trouble here, but luckily for them, there's not going to be CT crossfires waiting on the other side. Guardian and Zeus are towards middle. They can hear the rotations coming in as well. So Elish, he'll be focused towards mid and trying to take their attention away from side Ali, but here comes the first shot, and he's got that Mac 10, finds 1 kill. Going in a second, but there's a ton of damage towards Guardian.
Easily followed up, but Hiko committing that far into the corner means C's can get a jump on him. It doesn't really matter, though. Elish and JDM, they'll pull it right back as Edward with a deagle. Just a deagle, no armor, no kit, no nades, but still doesn't really want to, give that gun away because they won't be able to buy anything in this next round on the CT side in order to bring out utility on round 4.
It's quite a simple round there from Liquid. Like I said, most teams will elect to go for the full default at the start and then go towards long A. It's a pretty high-risk maneuver all in towards that position to start. It's very tight and there's a lot of chance for CZs to be there and boosts as well, but they went for it. It's a bit of a risk, but it pays off, and it's just going to be Edward remaining now. And it was C's that found 1 kill, but that's all they really got of it. Bomb planted, round over. Edward just trying to save the deagle at this point. There's no real reason to hunt him. The T's know that he hasn't really picked up a weapon at all, so it only really worth enough for the SMGs to go looking good. They can actually gather $600 at this point, but the rifles, not so much. They've got to save those weapons, and especially with the Liege on low HP. But there it is, 2-0 in favour of Liquid. Now he did semi-force buy into that. I think they had 3 players with armour. Obviously, Guardian, he'll be wanting to get the AWP, so he keeps his money a little bit stronger. He's on 3,100 right now. This should be the full eco at this stage. Nothing really to report in terms of what they can do. They said with the Deagle, maybe you can find a cheeky shot towards those new steps area. We'll kind of get into that when we see that come into play. But it's going to be round number 3, and they can hold on to the SMGs here. If they have a nice clean round and they actually keep the MP7s alive, there's a great chance of that bonus round. That means traditionally on the 3rd round we see a full array of rifles, but if you have a clean round here, the MP7s are viable and can actually boost the terrorist economy tremendously. So you can go for a nice fast rush towards drop down and make those MP7s be effective at least.
We haven't seen actually very many of those rounds this tournament. Okay. We normally talk about them, but Flamey catching Nitro with a very, very fast play at window. It's going to give them the start they need on Navi's side. And one of the SMGs already gone, so that Jaden round that you talked about, not really a possibility.
I don't remember saying that, actually.
I think you did.
Okay, fair enough. Well, then it's going to be 5-4. Nice play from Flamey. That's a position that a lot of CTCs will hold in the defensive stance, and it's Nitro trying to hunt for information there. It was a bit of an audacious play, but it's not a huge deal like I normally described on train. Only drop an SMG against armored opponents, it's not super effective, especially at range. It'll take something pretty special for Guardian to actually find some kills with this, but he's nice and close towards the broken wall, and looks like a B attack potentially here, as Simple is in position, but his teammates are rotating back towards middle, so they might go for an A split.
Seized Zeus Guardian all close to those smokes on B, trying to get those pistols up in the face of Team Liquid, as well as that SMG Guardian has, but with the bomb going back over, it's just Edward right now that's on the A site. However, fast rotation coming in because of the timing.
They've actually wasted a lot of time here, Liquid. They've got 30 seconds. They're still not towards the end of long A. They have to go all in. They've got to smoke the connector, but CTs are ready for them.
And we're threatening with that Deagle. He had a feeling he would just connect on one of those. Simple's going to come in late with the AK. He has to hold off the balcony. Does the job. JDM and Simple first, but there's the response. The bomb down. 17 seconds. Yes, there's time. They've got to execute this correctly, and they do. Elysian Simple will close it, but a lot of guns lost. 2 AKs saved.
Yeah, a bit close for comfort there towards the end. There was that stack towards the A site, and Avi read it perfectly. They rotated in. They had enough to actually get a few kills. It came down to 2 players surviving for Liquid, but they've got a ton of money right now. You can see even after the rebuy, Lee still has just under 5k. Simple over. And it's going to be the all coming up for JDM. This is where the battles really begin. Guardian, like I said, tremendous on the CD half. So good at getting them openings. That's pretty much what they have to rely on. Their drop-down play is pretty poor. We saw them struggle, and we'll see what they can actually do. I think it was against NIP, though. They really were allowing Gerard to get in every single time and completely wreck them, but they did bounce back on the T side, that's for sure.
Missed Molly as it does bouncing, then extinguish in the flames.
Guardian gone.
That doesn't matter because, yeah, exactly. Simple just walks out, takes that AWP. So they tried to cover off the stairwell with that Molotov. He gets the kill instead, but it's traded back. Thankfully so. They haven't gone to recover that AWP. Flamey's not pushing toward it. There's still smoke out along. He's not comfortable doing so, but look at the positioning right now of Na'Vi. 2 players on the mid-ramp. And in behind them, Liquid's going to enter the site. They just have to confront Edward. Good kill by Elige, but do they consider this? Yes, they do. Elige turns around and gets 3 in the round. Very good read by him. And now it's just Flamey 1 versus 4.
Yeah, Elige doing some serious work here in this best of 3. It was quiet in a couple of the halves, but the ones he's performed in, he's been an absolute monster. It's going to be 4 players surviving for Liquid. It all came off that play from Simple by himself. That's the NA playstyle. Try and work a pick towards B, and then you can open up the map from there. It was Simple. They took down Guardian. He had the AWP as well. A huge scout to take down, and they managed to pick it pretty clear from that point as well. Liquid getting that first kill, and they make the call straight away. Let's get back towards A while they're rotating over, while they're questioning themselves, and they don't really have the manpower to hold us off towards that site. Elige comes out, 3 headshots, of course, and now it's 4-0. And this is where things become tricky for Navi. They definitely can't force by this. They can't allow the economy to spiral out of control. They have to allow it to go to 5-0 at this point. Zeus does get a 5-7 and body armor, but that's the only real investment here. A couple of HG grenades as well. You need about 3 or 4 maybe to make that effective if it is a B rush. But it's a stack towards B, just Zeus at long A by himself.
He's going to get it. And he read on Elige. Oh, Elige does get him. He looked to the left at the arch first. He nearly walked out of the open, but good read again, takes down Zeus. Now they can start to take over the map control with Elige. This forces his Guardian and sees back his direction. And they can slow things down on a default at long B, excuse me. Nice shot, though, by Simple. That would have been huge as well, just to get into the site more comfortably, but Nitro's going to close it.
They've got that double orb set up on the T side as well with JDM and Simple. Such a scary prospect going forward. This round looks pretty clean cut now. It's going to be one player remaining, that's Flamey, and he's actually towards the back of the B side. And the bomb's going towards A, but so far so good for Liquid, just keeping nice clean rounds going forward, not giving any guns away, allowing their money to build up going forward. It means the campaign will be very successful and they can keep their pressure firmly applied. It will be maximum loss bonus for Navi next round. It means after losing 5 rounds in a row, you get $3,400, and that goes up in increments of $1,400. But we'll see what they can do.
You say building money as well. Elige is 11 for 0 and had $11,000 at the start of this round.
11,000. And it's going to be 5-0, and they actually thrown one of the orbs away here, and I think that's probably the right call. It's very difficult to actually do anything with the bomb sites and hold them off if you're getting smoked out, and retakes coming in thick and fast from the CTs. It's one orb's more than enough. It's going to be Guardian back on the AWP. I don't think he's had